In this video, we're going to model a new fireplace surround with flanking cabinets on either side. Let's zoom in here on the fireplace and turn off the walls. Draw a rectangle from this lower corner where the base is and snap the opposite corner of that rectangle right here at the top of the post. Then use the push-pull tool and pull this out a distance of 1.5 inches. So type 1.5, enter. Then go to the select tool and triple click on the object to select all 18 entities and press G to make a group. Then go to the materials with the paint bucket tool and change the drop down to stone. Select this dark gray granite and apply it to the group. Notice that all of the surfaces in the group assume the material. So this is a more efficient way of applying a material to all the various surfaces within that group. I'll close the editor and let's move this object over from this inner edge along the green direction. I'm going to snap it right there on the other side of the post. I'll also double click on the group to open it for editing and then pull this front face out more. I'm going to pull it out another 4 inches. Then I'll click outside the group to close it. Let's copy this new object over so that it maintains symmetry on the other side. I'll now turn off the demolition layer and turn the walls back on. So now we've flanked the stonework on either side. Next, create a new rectangle on top of those pieces of granite. And then pull that up 1.5 inches. Go to the select tool, triple click on the object, make it a group, assign the same material, and this time to add a nice little detail, I'm going to open that group by double clicking on it. Then I'll draw a line along the edge here and use the push-pull tool to push this little triangle back all the way to the other side. This will give a nice beveled edge to this piece of granite. I will also pull this edge out another 10 inches. And I'll do that on the other side as well. 10 inches over here. Okay. So we have a different approach now to surrounding that existing stonework. This has a much more modern look to it. The next thing I'd like to do is copy this lintel down onto the ground adjacent. Then I'll move it up in the blue direction 30 inches. It's too long, so I'm going to double click the group to open it and use the push-pull tool to pull it back and snap it to the edge of the pilaster there. Now I'll go underneath and turn off the floor so I can see there, underneath there. And I'm also going to pull the window down and hide the status bar so that we have more fluid zooming and orbiting. I'll make a new layer called cabinet. Actually, I'll preface that with the word new cabinet, and I'll make that the current layer. Then I will draw a rectangle along the lower surface of that countertop, like that, and then I'll pull that down to the floor. Maybe pull this back, snap it to the pilaster, and then I will draw, or rather I will copy this lower edge up 5 inches above the floor, and then I'll push this edge in 3 inches to create a kick down there where feet can go. Then I'll draw a line from the midpoint here up to the underside of the cabinet. I'll triple click on all of that information, make a group out of it, and apply a material to it. Let's change the library to wood and select this material and assign it. Now this material is stretched too far, so I'm going to go to Colors and Model, scroll down and double click on that material. And let's change the size of that here. It's 6 feet right now. Let's have it say 2 feet. And that looks much better. I'll close that. Close the material library. And finally, let's just copy this over to the other side. And I'll do that in 2 steps so that I can carefully snap that to the opposite side there. So that looks great. Now I think one other detail I might add is a little wooden box here to obscure this texture problem that we have. And that might make a nice little cubby hole for artwork and such. So I'm going to draw in a rectangle on the back wall and pull that forward 1/2 inch, and then offset that 1/2 inch, and then push-pull this surface out about 9 inches. And then triple click to select all of that, make a group, and apply the wooden material to it. Let's copy this box over to the other side in the same way to maintain symmetry. I'll turn on the floor, and we have a very different looking setup here. I hope you like it.